Tonight, we are taking on the Conjuring House, the real life Conjuring House.
We're sleeping here tonight, all night, right into the morning.
The Conjuring House is haunted. The Conjuring House is very active. This property is a portal. Wait.
Did she just say?
Hiding.
Oh shit.
There's someone in this little room here.
I'm seeing the face of a boy and he's in a cupboard.
No, all the tripwire just went off in there as well. It was right here.
Are you touching her?
Crypt Keepers, this is a historic one for us. Tonight, we are taking on the Conjuring House, the real life Conjuring House. This obviously is the place that inspired the Conjuring franchise, the Conjuring horror movies, but you know what? The true story is actually far more terrifying than anything that Hollywood has depicted before.
Oh my god, this movie was probably one of the most freakiest movies that actually scared me in a long while. You know when you get that feeling where after you watch a horror movie and you're walking through the house to go to bed and you need to turn on all the lights, like I'm talking that level of scared. So to know that we're actually going to the place that inspired that movie, that has a true story behind it, that actually really freaks me out. And I think that's what sets this location apart from all the others we've investigated.
We're actually sleeping at this venue tonight, and I heard that there is a lot of darkness as well as just a lot of spirits in general hanging around this one. So I think, and I'm hoping, that we're in for an incredibly active night.
And just the fact that we're sleeping here tonight all night, right into the morning, like it's got me on edge. So please keep us in your thoughts, guys. Because
this is such a momentous occasion for Jared and I, we have saved this one specifically for a Halloween special. Been holding on to this one for months and we're so excited to finally present it to you all. My expectations for this one are like way up here. I'm crossing my fingers and hoping for the craziest shit ever to happen, so wish us luck. Could this be the most haunted house in the world? Dubbed the Conjuring House after the 2013 horror film The Conjuring, which captivated audiences with its terrifying story, loosely based on the real-life experiences of the Perron family who lived within this very house. But the true stories this house has to tell are far scarier than the fiction of any Hollywood production. With hundreds of years of history and many theories as to what makes the Conjuring House so haunted, it is a fascinating case to investigate.
So this property actually dates back to 1680 when it was first deeded to the Richardson family, and then this house was actually built in 1736 by the Arnold family. So this estate, this house, this property has been around for well over 300 years, and generations of the same family lived here. The Arnold family lived here for 8 generations before it got sold to the Perron family in the 70s. So long history of the same family here. There have certainly been a lot of deaths here at the farm. If you can imagine its 300-year history, people got sick and died of various diseases and such. We do not know of any like suspicious deaths or murders. Of course, there are rumors about someone hanging themselves in the barn, which we don't have any evidence of. We have one suspicious death of a guy who kind of stumbled on the property, Jarvis Smith, and he was drunk, we think, and he collapsed against the barn and died of exposure. Yes, the Conjuring House is haunted. The Conjuring House is very active. What has created the portal, if you will, believing that this property is a portal? Ley lines. Are there electromagnetic anomalies that are taking place geologically that we don't know about? Is it because the Nipmuc Indians lived here thousands of years before the colonists got here? We don't know the actual answer.
Although paranormal activity had reportedly been experienced within the home prior to the Perron family moving in, it wasn't until they made this house their home in 1971 when things would truly amp up.
They moved in 1971 and they bought the property from the Kenyon family. Earl Kenyon was the older gentleman that sold them the property. And they started having activity from the moment that they moved in. They saw an entity was standing right over there, and they ended up naming him Manny. They have later learned that his actual name is Joseph, but Manny remained in their lives throughout the time that they lived here, and he was one of the more benevolent spirits. You know, they also had an infestation of flies. Things would happen to little Cindy when she was growing up. They seemed to pick on Cindy a lot, and she got locked into a trunk, she got locked in a birthing room.
Although everyone in the Perron family had experienced activity within this house, it was the mother, Carolyn Perron, who seemed to be targeted the worst, with one of the most extreme paranormal events happening to Carolyn as a result of a seance conducted by Ed and Lorraine Warren.
Carolyn had things such as she was taking a shower. One time she got out of the shower and she started to be beaten with a hanger. Someone took a hanger and started hitting her. She had all these bruises over her. She woke up one time to be surrounded by a group of spirits that were a bit menacing, and an old English poem was said to her that was about the mistress of the house. So there seemed to be some animosity towards her, like she wasn't really the mistress of the house. She would see, and we still have this entity here that at times appears with a broken neck. So that entity would present itself around Carolyn. This entity was sinister. Now, there was a lot of conflict in the Perron home, marital conflicts or whatever, but there was a lot of fighting and acrimony here in the house at the time that they lived there. You can just imagine that spirits would feed off of that. No other family has experienced the same level of terror that had been experienced by the Perrons. The major thing that happened to Carolyn was the Warrens came to do a seance to try and cleanse the land. Carolyn was actually sitting there right behind the couch. After the seance started, the entity went from the medium to Carolyn, lifted her up in her chair, and threw her into the parlor.
Eventually, for Carolyn's own health and safety, the Perron family would move out of the home, but their involvement with this house would leave its mark on paranormal history, with the Conjuring movie franchise's later release. Though not all characters in the film were depicted accurately, namely that of Bathsheba Sherman.
From my understanding, when Lorraine had come in to meet with the Perron family, she came in one day saying that there was a Bathsheba that was a witch and that she was the malevolent spirit that was haunting Carolyn. Now, there certainly was a Bathsheba Sherman. She didn't live very far from here, but she wasn't affiliated with this property. She was not a witch. She did not kill a child by impaling them in the back of the neck. And she received a proper Christian burial, which also underscores that she wasn't a witch, got dragged in by Lorraine Warren, and then the Warner brothers just kind of took off with it. That was pure Hollywood. Supposedly she has come through a few times to communicate with people, and not very happy with the narrative that's being said around her. I mean, but you think about it, if your name gets invoked enough, that they're going to come check it out.
Today, the paranormal reports surrounding the Conjuring House continue, with many claiming to sight shadow people, full apparitions and light anomalies, hear voices from the past, creaking floorboards and even clear footsteps.
We kind of get a mixture of everything, disembodied voice or footsteps. We kind of have gotten all of it. And of course, various mediums come through here. You know, they're able to communicate and tell us things, sometimes of which we've been able to confirm, which can be pretty cool. So what we've realized is we're kind of like the Grand Central Station or an airport terminal for the spirit world. We have our resident spirits, if you will, that are here a lot, but then we get spirits that just come through. One thing that has been cool about owning the property, when people experience something from the paranormal and just kind of the wonderment that it can create, even if it scares them, oh my God, like this consciousness or that has survived death has just somehow communicated with us.
Tonight, we kick off the first of our special Halloween videos with our overnight investigation of the real-life Conjuring House. We do have limited edition merch linked below to celebrate the occasion, but the experiences we'd have this night were profound and some that I will never forget. So if you're ready to investigate the Conjuring House with us, hit like, subscribe, and let's jump into the investigation. It's about time. It's the Conjuring time. Are you ready, Jared?
I'm ready.
Are you sure?
I'm ready. I already had an experience while you were using the restroom before. Are you ready? You're wearing the merch already.
You know what's funny? I bought the merch and it says I survived on the back, and I was like, should I buy that now or tomorrow? Because I haven't made it through the night yet. I am keen. Let's go in.
Conjuring.
Oh my God. Lock us in.
We're in.
Are we locked in though?
Heard something over there just saying, we're not locked in. Do you want me to lock it?
Yeah.
There you go. Now we're locked in. We have done a lot of haunted places, so I think we can manage.
We haven't done the Conjuring yet though. Heard so many stories. This is so notorious and infamous. A Hollywood horror movie was based on this place.
Right, I'm going lights out in here now, okay?
Do it.
There you go.
Woo! And I just rolled ghost tubes, so, you know, spirits come at us.
I'm not sure.
What aren't you sure of? My name's Amy, this is Jared. You probably don't know what come at us means. We would love to communicate with you tonight. So if you're here and you're open to communicating, maybe you can come up to these funny looking lights in my hand. We'd love to know who you are.
I'm sure that'll warm up to us. We're gonna be here all night. Whoa. Oh, and they've got an Annabelle doll. Cute.
Just a replica, don't stress guys. This room is pretty famous. It has been dubbed the Seance Room, and it's been dubbed that because of the Warrens' involvement with this house and the case that they were investigating with it. Didn't go too well though. Their involvement here didn't end in the best of ways. This seance performed by Ed and Lorraine Warren was one of the scariest things to ever be documented within this house. With Andrea Perrin, the family's eldest daughter, describing the event, "I was certain I had seen my mother die."
They inadvertently opened a door that they could not close. The medium invited the spirits in, and with them came something which attacked my mother. If she was possessed, it was for a brief period of time, but I saw it all with my own eyes. And what I know is that whatever attacked her was not of this world. It spoke through her in a language that does not exist on this planet, and it levitated her in the chair that she was in, and within a split second, when it was done, curling her body into a ball you would have expected to hear bones breaking. It threw her into the adjacent parlor about 20 feet away in literally a split second.
This couch, this sofa here is where, well, I don't know if it was this exact sofa, but this is where it happened, right?
Actually, there was a table here.
Right, okay, so there would have been a table, they would have been sitting around a table.
Carolyn Perrin was allegedly sitting pretty much where I'm standing when this happened. She was taken over. I don't know, her body was used in some capacity by something that was dark, and then she was thrown into this room. Right up to this fireplace, actually. And that is a long way to travel. Aunt. You know, this was a family home for so many. Aunt. Is there, I have heard there's a lady here. There's a lady seen here, walking through here. Was it Abigail was the name, I think? Or is there a lady here in this room with us? Here, as we enter the front room, we received the word aunt, and while I am not sure of the significance this could hold, we mention this room being haunted by a woman who had been sighted there multiple times. And when we reach out to her, we seem to receive an EVP of a woman's voice, almost confirming she was around.
So Abigail and John Arnold are kind of now the matriarch and the patriarch of the estate. They communicate with us a lot.
Could this have been Abigail, one of the original owners of the home, or perhaps somebody else?
When we came through today, when we arrived and we did a tour, it was really cool because they were giving the tour. It was just me and Amy, and at that time all four of us, the 2 tour guides and Amy and myself, heard footsteps walk right above us in the room that's above. We all heard it too. It was undeniable.
While we did not capture this exact moment on camera, we would hear these same footsteps in the early hours of the morning while filming a behind the scenes video for our patrons and YouTube members. Here is that footage.
Does the other camera have audio? That was footsteps upstairs.
You could hear them squeaking as well.
There's no one up there. Should we go up there?
Yeah, go on. Yeah, it was cool for us to have an experience within minutes of entering the Conjuring House. Unfortunately not captured on camera for you, but honestly it was really, really cool. We all heard it, and at first it was so clear I was questioning, is there someone else in the house? And then they told us, yeah, nah, that's someone else up there. Another famous room behind these twin doors here actually, Jared,
is the library. Oh.
Let's just leave that door like that and see if it moves.
Well, I was going to say, like, our guide today said lately these doors, I think that one has been opening and closing on its own. So I actually deliberately came in and closed them all before we got started, so that if they open, we could see. So we'll leave this one open. These 2 have closed, and you can see from the inside, like, they're latch doors.
It was that one that
this
opened
one
today, actually, they said.
They're all closed now. So you guys are our witness. So if they're open later...
Technically, this one's open.
Well, we'll leave one open. That's our control subject. Let's do things scientifically here on AmysCrypt.
This is dubbed the library today, obvious reasons. There are a lot of books here, but when the Perrins were here in the 70s, this was actually Carolyn and Robert, the parents' bedroom. For Carolyn in particular, this wasn't a very nice, pleasant room. This was where a lot of the darker paranormal occurrences happened, and they all seemed to be really centered on her.
So whoever was terrorizing Carolyn, can you make yourself known?
Do you want that to make itself known, Jared? I guess that's why we're here.
If you're here with us now, can you let us know? Can you give us a sign? So these like Annabelle dolls, like there's no hauntings around these are just replicas, right?
It's just a replica,
because
yeah.
of the film and stuff. So I don't have to be worried about that.
I heard clicking in here. So this goes up, but I thought it came from in here. Is there someone in here? So these herbs all hanging from the roof are sort of to help cleanse and keep the space good and safe, and apparently sometimes they swing around. No breeze in here, but they'll move.
Don't you mean herbs, Ames? They say herbs in America?
Do they? Do they really?
They say herbs.
Herbs, not herbs. Okay, leave a comment. What do you say?
Do you say herbs or herbs?
Herbs or herbs? I think that was the fridge. This is the kitchen.
No stories in the kitchen, but of course there is a story in the bathroom, right?
You guys know how we always end up investigating the bathroom. I will show you this one. I don't know if anyone else has covered the toilet at the Conjuring House, but here we are. We have mirrors facing each other, creating an infinity mirror. Maybe that's why it's so active. But there has been activity in here, and they have nicknamed it the Portal Potty.
Dun dun dun. I can smell like sulfur. I'm just joking.
Sick. We're now heading up to the second floor, which I've heard is very, very active.
Oh geez, look at this. I can even touch the roof of my head. Nearly. I could probably touch the fire alarm, but I won't because I'll set it off.
This is one of 3 bedrooms up here, and this is where the 5 Perrin girls lived and slept. The middle bedroom is supposed to be the most active, but there has certainly been things to happen in this bedroom. Plus, just out of these windows here are supposed graves. So the land, I think, here holds a lot of mystery, a lot of secrets. You know, things that are more ancient or other peoples who originally lived on this land. So I think there's a lot to why this house could be haunted. And then you've got things like sources of water that pass through and ley lines. There's a lot going on here. Well, this room here that we'll go into, this is where a little boy has been seen.
One of the best known hauntings of the Conjuring House is that of a little boy, who first began to interact with the youngest Perrin family daughters after they had moved into the house.
Little Henry. We've learned that his name is Henry. The movie called him Rory. The Perrin family called him Oliver, so we call him Oliver Henry Rory. He mostly stays upstairs. And I think it was Cody and Satori recently had a conversation with him, and he told them that he's 6 years old now.
So there's a little boy here tonight. Henry, I've heard them call you.
Sorry.
Warning, please.
Sorry. So what was this room used for? Because I mean, it's pretty tight.
I think this is just for the chimney, to be honest, like a closet, but there's just a chimney. And, oh, okay, there's some clothing back here. Good to know.
Oh, okay. Oh, and a toy truck. Okay, so there's a pretty tight space in here.
But a little boy is said to hang out in here, and the girls had seen him whilst they were living here, the Perrin family. This middle bedroom, though, they say is the most active. I'm just going to put this device on the bed. My name is Amy and I'm here tonight with Jared, so if anyone wants to try to talk with us, feel free to go up to those lights. Maybe we can talk. This was also where Cindy was getting the messages that there are 7 dead soldiers buried in a wall here. And they would later find out some information that made those messages very, very relevant.
The land the Conjuring House is built upon had previously seen times of war, namely the King Philip's War, caused over land disputes in the late 1600s. So it was always plausible that bodies could be buried in the area, but it was the paranormal experience of one of the Perrin children that would shed some light on this possibility that was eventually somewhat substantiated.
And then my darling little sister Cindy crawled into bed with me. She said, "Annie, can I sleep with you?" I said, "Sure." I pulled the quilt back and let her in. She snuggled up real close and she said, "I hear voices in my room and they're all talking at once, but they're all saying the same thing." And I asked her, "What are they saying?" And she said, "There are 7 dead soldiers buried in the wall."
So I bought the property from Jennifer and Corey Heinzen. They bought it in 2019. They started the business. They had a film crew here, and so they did ground penetrating radar and located what they were told was enough evidence to suggest that these were burial sites, and they found 5 of them, and they were by the stone wall. So when little Cindy heard there are 7 dead soldiers buried in the wall, I mean, I'm sure they're thinking the walls of the house. No, it was the stone walls that was being referenced.
So I've heard this little boy that likes to hang around here, little boy. Can you come sit on one of these? Oh, Ames, it's Big Joe. We had these chairs when we lived in the States a few years ago, and they're called Big Joe. I'm going to sit in Big Joe. Oh. Henry, can you come take a seat next to me? Can you come up and say hello? Can you tell me what's your favourite toy? Come sit in Big Joe with me. Oh, I just did a leg workout the other day. I'm not going to be able to get up. And abs. Oh.
There he goes. Shadow figures, also very, very common in here. Like, people will wake up if they sleep in this bed and there's just shadow figures around them looking at them. This rocking chair in the corner has rocked on its own before. And this closet, which we have not been into, goes all the way through.
So I should be able to see you in here. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and activity has happened in here. People have been touched down the back. It's a huge closet.
Closet, yeah, okay. What would you like us to do for you? Can you walk for us again? We heard someone walking up here before, earlier in the night.
Can you make a noise like this for us? Speaking of that knocking noise, we actually also heard that. So when we first arrived, we heard the footsteps during the interview, but we also later met the owner. We also got to interview the owner, and she did a little reaching out to the spirits for us before we started and just said, hey, can you give these guys a good night? They traveled all the way from Australia. And where we were standing at the time was sort of the front living room downstairs, but from up here, I think it would have been this bedroom, yeah? We could hear knocking. As soon as she had asked that, it was just a series of little knocks. It was like someone was just knocking on the floor.
Those knocks that you're referring to me also sounded like the little footsteps we heard earlier. Like, I just thought it sounded like that again. So it was like, to me, I thought we had two sets of footsteps.
Where are we?
We're upstairs in the Conjuring House. Well, it's called the Conjuring House today, but maybe it's the Arnold farmhouse to you. Where do you think we are?
This response is curious, as the house is believed by many to act as a type of portal for spirits, with many souls passing through here and not necessarily clinging to the place they knew in life. Could this be a reason why a spirit might not know where they are or why they are in a particular place?
I was just thinking a bit more about the where are we comment, and there has been a few instances of people, and Carolyn Perrin actually experienced this while she was living in the house as well, experiencing time slips. An example would be, you know, me or Jared walking into this next room over and we find ourselves in a completely different era. So the furniture is different, people are dressed different. It's just like we've walked into the 1800s, maybe the 1700s. That happens here too.
I'm hearing creaks and noises, and obviously it's hard because the floors are really creaky, so as we're walking we're creating a lot of noise, but just then that came out of this room.
Yeah, I heard that too. Different era. So, different era. So, different era. So,
Little Henry! Little Henry! You can come play with us if you want tonight. Little Henry.
So this was actually Andrea Perrin's bedroom, and she was the eldest of the Perrin children, and allegedly this was sort of the safe room. So if a lot of activity was happening for the younger girls in the other two bedrooms, they would sort of come to Big Sis for protection in this room, which I think is very, very sweet. But there's also a really kind of creepy room in here.
Oh my god.
Oh, feel the cold air coming out of that?
Actually, I'm a bit hot, so let me cool down for a bit here.
Watch your head, Jared. There is just bloody nails galore sticking out of the roof here. This, though, is the birthing room.
Oh, this room gives me Villisca Axe Murder House vibes.
I gotta agree with that. And you know, because they call it the birthing room, allegedly women would give birth. When it was time to have their baby, they were pregnant, they would come into rooms like this to birth them, which I think is so weird that it's almost like being banished to this like crappy little room up here to bring your children into the world. There was a lot of kids that were born here. Some didn't make it, which is very, very sad. So there definitely could be death here. Usually men are not often welcomed. You know, it would have been a woman's room, really. Yeah, it feels weird, odd to me that this was the place to have the babies. I don't know.
They also say that these buckets like to move, so we'll be listening out for that tonight.
Have the babies, I don't know. Have the babies, I don't know. Have the babies, I don't know. Now it's time for us to head right down to the bottom into the basement, and there is some really, really creepy shit that goes on down there.
Are you okay?
Did you just get a word?
I said, are you okay?
Are you okay? I'm okay.
Are you?
We're okay. How about you? How are you feeling?
So are you okay? Going down here, and down we go. So a lot of people don't like the basement. They get dark, trickstery vibes down here.
So the basement tends to be the location where we have the trickster. The tricksters are down there. They can be funny in the well room. And it's interesting the different types of energy that we'll get on each of the levels. So down in the basement, supposedly there are many soldiers down there that are in the basement. And they'll do things such as you know, just say things to startle people or scare people, like through a spirit box. They'll be asked their name and they'll reply, you know, Satan or Beelzebub or something to try and scare. At times people have smelled like a really rancid, foul smell, and at times that can be downstairs, although that has happened throughout, and we believe that that is the figure that likes to present with either like a bent neck or hung neck. We're not exactly sure. So that is the one entity that we know is sinister, if you will. So we try not to feed it. You know, what you feed will grow. So we try not to give it a lot of attention or energy.
So just behind Jared here is a place where people commonly report to see a man standing.
Just here?
Yeah.
That's weird.
But in here, which they do call the well room, probably has the most stuff happen. And there is a legit well in here. It goes down very deep, so we are going nowhere near that tonight. We're just here to talk. I'm going to put this device on the table. If you want to communicate, we would love that. And I haven't looked over here yet, but apparently there's a bunch of kids' drawings on this old toy chest here from when this was a nursery. I've heard some of the drawings kind of look like a bent neck lady, which was the thing that is the most sinister here. Was probably the thing that was terrorizing Carolyn Perrin.
Bent lady. Oh yeah, there's one.
Oh yeah, I see.
That's one, bent lady, yep.
That is creepy. Scary that that's there.
There's another one. There's two, there's one there and there's one up here. Lady with a bent neck. And then it looks like someone tried to draw another one down there as well. That is creepy, that is the creepy I mean, these ones are all innocent here, like dogs and birds. Oh, and I'm pretty sure they say they see things in this window too sometimes, like scrying maybe. Can you tell us about the lady with the neck? The crooked neck? The drawing on this toy box? Who is that? Are they friendly?
I don't think they're friendly. There is something that I was told about this house that I hadn't heard about till today, actually, that happens down here. So this is a spot that, you know, men seem to get more affected by. Kind of lures them down here. Even the original parent father who was living here, right? He would come down here and be stroked on the back by a female entity.
Was it like a sexual thing, or was it more just like a someone letting them know that they're here? Like what was the context behind it?
I don't know. I think it was like a comfort thing. It wasn't, you know, sexual. It was touching though, and just like stroking the fingers down the back, and he enjoyed it. So he used to come down here and let the female entity do that.
Can I just stand here for a sec?
Yeah, do you feel anything?
Do you want to come stroke my back? Bit of a back massage.
We would now reach out to have one of our creepiest interactions within the Conjuring House. But before we get stuck into that session, I'd like to highlight some footage Jared captured earlier in the night while I was using the toilet, otherwise known as the portal potty. Here, Jared decided to roll a camera after hearing something strange within the house and captured some really interesting noises.
If any of the residents of this home are here, can you let us know? Can you make a noise? We heard you walking around upstairs before. Hello? Hello? Kitty? Is anyone up here? Guys, Amy's just using the restroom. We haven't even got started yet. I just heard some noises upstairs, and while we were doing our tour today, we actually heard footsteps. We all heard it, including our tour guides. And they also said something about a ghost cat, and I swear I just heard a kitty cat meowing, and I think you would have heard that on the camera too. It came from up here.
A couple months ago, so many people were hearing, we have a ghost cat. The ghost cat was meowing a lot.
I just heard noises upstairs, right? Someone up there. And as I was pointing upstairs, is anyone up there? I heard a cat meow and I was recording as well. And
No way.
They were saying about the ghost cat.
Yeah, they were.
I did hear a cat meow coming from upstairs, and I was playing.
Hello?
Upstairs, and I was playing. Upstairs, and I was playing.
We're not quite sure what these noises could have been, unless there was a real cat lurking around somewhere. But it's now time to get into our next investigative session. Here we set up to perform an Estes, which saw me wear noise-cancelling headphones while listening to a spirit box and relaying anything I heard come through, while Jared asked questions I could not hear. Instead of being blindfolded, which is the traditional way of performing these sessions, I instead wore GhostTube Lens to enter a sensory-deprived virtual environment where I could digitally scry white noise to assist in inducing a trance-like state, which is where we see our best communication. If you're interested in trying GhostTube Lens for yourself, there's links in this video's description. But now, let's jump into investigating.
So you just put that on my starting. Thank you. If there's someone here, I'm sure you've seen people do this before. She's just put some headphones on. She's here to talk to you. She's also wearing a headset you might not have seen. That's just allowing her to focus her mind. So really use her if you can to communicate with us. We're here to have a chat, we're here to talk. How many people are with us right now?
5.
5? That's interesting. Or is that your age?
Get out.
Why do you want me to get out for? I'll get out, I'll do what it says. Guys, we've also got tripwire along the floor here. We've got REM pods in here. We've got third camera angle. Is there someone in there with her? Were you telling me to get out, or were you telling her to get out? Can you walk into the room with her? It just did that as I asked. Thank you. Thank you. Do you like her?
You're out.
I'm out, yes. That's good. I am out, yes. Will you ask me to get out?
Mean.
I'm not mean. Are you? It's pretty good so far. Are you mean? There's some lights along the floor in here. You might have seen them before. If you walk past them, they'll change colours. Can you do that for us? Can you walk in the room with Amy?
I heard someone say, all of us are dead. And then someone said, I'm not.
Who's us? Who are we talking to?
They asked for me.
We're asking for you too. We'd like to talk to you too. Who are you?
I wouldn't.
Can you light up that device again if you're a male? Can you light up that device again if you're female?
It's formal.
What's formal?
He likes you.
He likes me? Yeah, okay, yes, yes. Can you light up that... Oh, I've got goosebumps all of a sudden. Can you light up that device in there if you're friendly? Or light it up if you're not friendly? So you're not friendly. Why? Do you not like us being here? I've actually got goosebumps right now. That is freaky. Oh, I'm glad Amy's not in.
Her body is dead.
I'm glad Amy's in there and not me at this one. Where is the body? Where is she?
4.
So now there's only 4 of you. 1 of you left. Is that the body? Is that the person you're talking
Asshole.
about? Asshole. Why don't you like us being here? Can you tell us your name?
You're a prick.
Why is it just picking on me tonight? I feel like whatever it is, it's not talking about Amy, it's talking about me. Why don't you like me being here?
Wait.
What did you just say? What did you just say? Amy just whispered something. What did you just say?
That girl.
Amy?
I'm sure she's dead.
She's not dead, she's alive. Very much alive.
Here she is.
Where? Where is she?
You shouldn't.
Is she in that room now? She is. Okay, what's her name?
Leave her.
I'm not touching her. I'm not going in there. Can you come out of the room? Can you come out of the room? No, I want you to come out. No, I want you to come out. No, come out. Come out of the room, please. There's more of these lights out here you can play with.
You run.
I'm not running. No, I'm not running. I'm under strict instructions not to run tonight, actually. Who's in there with her?
You're scared.
You don't need to be scared. We're not here to harm you. What are you scared of? What are you scared of?
He died.
How did he die?
Mum, push.
Your mum pushed him? Is that what you're trying to say? Is that how he died? You can come out here and play with these toys too. I've got more toys out here for you. Can you tell me what happened in this room that I'm sitting right now? Something happened in here.
Aunt.
The word aunt or aunt, we'd say in Australia, came through or we're doing the GhostTube walkthrough as well. Are you someone's aunt or are you looking for your aunt? Aunt?
Monsters can.
We're not monsters. Can you make a loud noise for us in this room right now to let me know that you're here?
We'll do that, Jared. You'll run from it.
I'm not running anywhere. Can you tell me what happened in this room, where I'm sitting in this space right now on this sofa, this area? What happened here?
Basement.
You want us to go to the basement?
You.
Just me. What about her? Can I bring her? Basement actually freaks me out. Can we come down together? What's waiting for us down there?
Come forward.
I just heard a noise in there with Amy. Alright, I'm coming forward. Coming in. Alright, I'm in.
In here.
Yes. Why did you ask me in? Who's got the crooked neck?
We'll touch.
You can touch me. Put my hand out here for you.
A boy.
Touch. Am I the boy? Am I touching a boy? It's a bit weird. Where are you? Where?
Right there.
Right here? That is freaky. In the doorway?
Never. You're stupid.
I keep getting like words about me that are like insulting. You're a prick, stupid. I swear it's another one earlier as well. You don't like me here? Which of us do you prefer, Amy or Jared?
Right in front of you.
Can you come towards me?
Yes.
I'm watching. Walk towards me and I'll know.
I'm very happy.
That's good to know. Why are you in a good mood? Why are you happy?
I used
Why are you happy?
to be.
Can you tap on the door for me like this?
Warning.
Warning?
1.
2.
Boy.
Boy, where's the boy now? He was in front of me. Where is he now? Is that you, Henry?
He's hiding.
Where? Where's Henry hiding? Where are you, Henry? Henry?
Your mother.
Where's Henry hiding? We'll go look for him, if you can tell me.
Can't tell.
You can't tell me where? Why? Is it a game?
Baby.
Can you light up the device next to her if it's upstairs? Light up the device out here if it's downstairs. Or let her know if it's on this floor in the middle.
I just heard they're here and you better pray to Jesus.
Alright, you want me to pray?
Something about your blood.
What about my blood? It's actually getting a bit dark in this room. Should I pull her out?
I'm gonna hurt someone.
Who are you gonna hurt? What are you gonna do to them?
Back.
Alright, I'll walk back out. Is that better?
I'm gonna have fun.
This was one of our most intense SD sessions ever, and to be honest, it left me feeling quite nauseous and sick. But right as we cut our cameras, both Jared and I heard a noise which almost sounded like a faint chime. This was luckily captured onto one of our audio channels that was still rolling.
While we're still rolling. Guys, we just cut from the Esther session and Amy and I both heard a chime in here. Like a clock or like a piano maybe or something. I don't know, like a weird chime. There is a clock up here, but it's empty and it's just got an Annabelle doll in it. So I do not know what that was. You heard it in here or how are you feeling?
I feel sick.
Sick?
Mm-hmm.
Vomit sick?
Yeah, a little bit. Sick in my stomach.
What about in your head?
Sick in my head, no.
Just checking. What was that?
Because things had taken a darker turn during the SDs and we had received one response that seemed to direct us to the basement, this was our next area to tackle. Here we set up to reach out using GhostTube Box in the infamous well room, but we also set up a GhostTube SLS to monitor the basement hallway for figures.
Basement. I feel really weird and gross after the SDs.
Sick? Well, you kept calling me a prick and I'm stupid and a whole bunch of words, so someone up there didn't really like me. I think you actually did say the word basement. Ooh, one of our cameras just did something.
I just heard stuff over here and then over here.
Didn't really like me. Didn't really like me.
If you're out there, you may as well come in here and talk to us. I'm going to put something on, maybe you can use it to share your voice with us.
Shortly after hearing these noises in the hallway, we captured a partial figure on GhostTube SLS, which is immediately followed by a cat ball lighting up. These balls need to be physically moved to activate, so we wonder if the figure, the noises, and the ball triggering could all be related.
Calling out to any of the spirits in the Conjuring House. I'm asking you to come down and connect with us down here in the basement. My name is Amy, this is Jared. We want to see you, want to hear you, want to feel you. Do you have something to say?
What the f was that?
Come in. Thank you. Is it just me or did it say I'm in?
I heard I'm in, or I am.
Thank you. Can you state your name for us? We've just shared ours with you. Okay. We're not inviting? Like, what does that mean? Because I just invited you in here?
I just want to point out too, your phone didn't trigger the REM pod that time. Like, it's not.
Phone isn't triggering.
It's not triggering the
no.
proximity.
Okay, if there's somebody out there, maybe we can see you. If you go up to the lights out there as well as this light here, we might actually see you.
I thought it said turn it off. Off.
What do you want us to turn off? This is something that you can use to talk to us, or is it one of the lights? Who's there?
I'm not telling you. That's what I heard.
What are you doing here? What is your reason for being here at this house?
My partner.
My partner.
My partner, yeah, I heard that.
It's really weird, like I'm rocking side to side.
It's your chair.
Nope. Like I feel like I'm not doing this consciously.
I mean, you are moving, but like, you reckon you're not doing that? Are you touching her?
Human touch.
Why are you doing that? Like, why are you making me rock back and forth?
Human touch. Human touch.
Who the f refers to it as human touch?
That is really intelligent and really scary. There's definitely something. I just feel like I'm floating, like.
Who's touching Amy?
Why are you down here in the basement for? It's a funny space to be.
You're grounding yourself.
1,000. I just, like, my head feels really funny.
Alright, so who's touching my wife? Who's touching Amy?
No.
I heard there's someone that likes to trick people and likes to scare people and just to play games. Who's that? Are you friendly or are you bad?
Yes.
Yes. Well, which one is it? Should we be afraid? Should we leave?
Oh.
What the f was that? I've got goosebumps all of a sudden as well.
Yeah, is this... I feel like there's something old here.
How long have you been here for?
I feel really off. Like, ever since I did the Estes, like, I really feel like I got into it.
I feel like you just, you know, lost your energy a little bit since then. Like, you've been a bit...
I don't feel well.
A bit. Can you tell me about the figure drawn on the toy box? Can you tell us about that? Someone with a bent neck or something? Can you tell us about that?
Did you hurt your neck? Yeah. Is the bent neck lady that person here with us? It's him.
It's him. I thought it was a female, the bent neck lady.
It's him. Okay, we have he here. Who's the man? I do know a male figure gets seen in this corner. a man gets seen around that other corner as well. There is a man down here. I feel a bit more comfortable if it's a man than the bent neck person. Can you tell us how you got to this house? I feel like there's something right there.
Right where?
Just in the doorway, like gonna come in.
Can you come in with us and sit down at the table?
Like I feel like there's something there. I can't see it, but there's something there.
Don't they say that there's a man that lurks in that cupboard just around the corner?
Yeah.
Should we go have a look?
You can, I'll sit here.
Right.
What's Jared gonna find in the cupboard?
I'm in the cupboard. How many people are down here?
2.
Is there someone in here with me now? Who's in here?
How do you feel about having us down here in the basement? So my name is Amy and this is Jared here with me. We'd love and appreciate to know who's here.
Behind you.
And then a creepy laugh.
They do say that's the corner behind Amy where someone said, I'm gonna go sit over here, okay?
What's back here?
That was creepy. Can someone come up and touch me?
Get down.
I just said get out.
See ya.
See ya.
Overnight.
Overnight? We're staying here overnight, yeah.
What's going to happen tonight? I have a bad feeling about tonight.
You strong, eh?
There definitely seemed to be some intelligence in the basement, and we had captured SLS figures, cat balls lighting up, and had our REM pod trigger, but we had more of the house to investigate, so we decided to explore the upper floors using the LiDAR depth filter on GhostTube SLS, to see if we could capture any further figures or other anomalies. Additionally, Jared had also hidden a number of cat balls around the upper floor as a sort of game for me to find, hoping the spirits may be able to join in and assist me locating them by triggering the balls to light up.
What's flashing in there?
One of the cat balls.
Oh. Okay. Thank you. Jared's hidden a bunch of cat balls and I need to find them, and when I came up here I was a bit dizzy and I forgot what I was doing.
So guys, I've hidden 5 cat balls. Amy's gonna find them, or they're gonna go off because Henry or whoever was up here would have seen me putting them down.
If there's someone up here playing with these balls, can you light that ball up again? I'm trying to find them. It's a game. Can you make a noise if you're up here? Getting a figure, but it's clearly this doll here.
False positive. See guys, we do debunk our false positives, so all you haters can go cram it.
Thank you.
You found one?
Just found one.
First one, okay. Can you help Amy find the rest?
Heard you know how to play that game.
I just heard noise in here.
No, that was you.
I just heard a thud in here. You still got 4 more cat balls to find.
Oh, is that one?
You're supposed to let them light up.
Should I just leave it there?
Yeah, leave it there. Come on, I want Henry to find them for you.
Will light any of the others up?
Oh, we lit it up! What happened?
Big noise over here.
Lit it up! Lit it up!
It was clearly in the cupboard. There is a bull here. That was you heard that though, right?
Yeah. But I was actually distracted because Henry did, or someone lit up this bull. Oh, and it just did it again. There you go. 3 bulls.
All right, so I can collect that.
2 more bulls. So 3 down, 2 to go.
Hang on a sec. I feel like LiDAR is every now and then. It's not a figure, it's just like, can you see how there's something there next to the door?
Oh yeah.
Like just hiding and peeking out.
Almost like, it looks like a misty sort of
shape. And that's what people see here. Nondescript mist shapes. Is there someone here? Henry or someone else? You don't have to be scared. My name's Amy and I've got Jared here. It was right here.
This was a curious capture on the LiDAR filter of GhostTube SLS. Basically, LiDAR, or light detection and ranging, works by utilising the built-in LiDAR scanner of the iPhone, which emits infrared lights to detect distance and depth, and then map that environment visually. In this instance, it almost appears as if something was peering at us from behind this doorway. It's difficult to say what this may have been, but our next experiment would indicate we weren't alone and someone may have been watching us through a doorway after all. In fact, just as we were setting up in the next room over, we captured REM pod and EMF activity right off the bat.
I don't know if it was just my eyes, but maybe the EMF went off in the corner too.
Now we would reach out whilst running GhostTube Seer through GhostTube Lens. This allowed Jared to digitally scry white noise, while GhostTube Seer could produce imagery based off of environmental readings interpreted by AI.
Okay, my name is Amy and I'm here tonight with Jared. We're calling out to anyone who might be upstairs with us. You can come through this doorway or come up to the red lights on this bed. Maybe you want to play with the pink light. There's a toy car near it. I heard you really like that.
I've got an image. It sort of looks like a... maybe a house, but I'm not sure. It's in amongst a forest. It's black. It's a black house.
I mean, this is a dark house surrounded by woods.
Yeah, I mean, I know that AI is just interpreting words it selects, so it might not always look the same as what it's describing. I wouldn't say it looks like this house, but it's got like a black roof. It is amongst trees. It's got really yellow windows.
If you're trying to show us where we are or where you are, thank you. Maybe you can show us what you look like. We feel like maybe there's been a little boy trying to communicate and talk with us tonight. We appreciate that. You can also go up to this man on the bed. He has a really funny thing on his head, but maybe you can use that to describe something and show us something. Probably the first time anyone's ever done this at the Conjuring House. So I understand if you need a little time to figure it out.
Oh, I'm getting an image. I feel like I'm seeing a little river stream. Maybe a little blue boat or something in it. Sunset.
There is a river near here.
The problem is it's got trees on the side of the river and a little house on the side of the river. But the trees have no branches or leaves. It's just like poles.
Oh. Something just flashed over here. I feel like it was the EMF lantern. I did leave that little toy car up there. You can see it just there. Thank you for coming in with us. I told you you can play with that toy.
Can you come touch the red lights on the end of the bed to let us know that you're here?
I heard there's more than just a little boy up here. Maybe there's one of the 7 soldiers. Maybe a lady.
I'm like watching the smoke, and I feel like I'm seeing people walk through it.
That's kind of interesting because when people lay on this bed, they commonly report seeing shadow figures. I'd say this is one of the most visual places in the house. Is this a busy part of the house? A lot of people passing through here. Maybe you can show us what you see.
Oh, I'm getting a picture. It's a house. I'm seeing a house.
Okay.
It's a lot bigger than this one though. It is surrounded by trees. It's a black and white, so I can't really tell you the colour. I want to say white with a black roof. It's 2-story.
Oh, thank you. Maybe you're trying to show us where we are?
Yeah, it's a really big house actually. It's quite big.
Can you show us what you look like though?
Who's hiding up here and where are they hiding? Can you show me? You said downstairs that someone was hiding. We played that little game of hide and seek with those little toys before. What did you think of that?
I do have to say thank you for lighting some of them up and showing me where they were. That really helped me find them all. Yeah, that wasn't me. That was in the other room here. Is there someone in there? You can come in here with us.
You said you couldn't tell me where they were hiding, but can you show me?
Tripwire into the closet just went off.
Oh, I just got goosebumps as well.
Oh, thank you. Okay, is there someone in this little room here?
Oh. Oh.
What?
I'm seeing a face of a boy.
Yeah?
And he's in a cupboard.
No, all the tripwire just went off in there as well.
I'm seeing a face of a boy. He's in a cupboard, but his head takes up the whole cupboard. Like, it's just a cupboard with this boy's head in it. He's got very wide, bright, white eyes. He's sort of got emo haircut, hair coming down. Mm-hmm. But he looks young, real childlike. And he's like in this little cabinet and he's like, boo.
Oh my god. That's so weird because the tripwire has not gone off the whole time, right, until you were saying that. And you're like, he's in a cupboard, like, or a closet, right?
Yeah, it's like a white... Oh, that was so freaky. That was so weird.
All of this happening together was very compelling. We'd earlier felt as though we were connecting with the spirit of a young child who may be hiding somewhere. And just as we asked about this, questioning where they were hiding and what they looked like, we got the most relevant image, that of a young boy appearing to hide in a type of closet. Could this be the same young boy April Perrin had been communicating with years earlier? He always hid away in the upstairs chimney closet, later identified as Henry Richardson.
So are you in here? Or in this one? Or this one?
What's your favourite toy? Can you show me? Do you like have a photo reference of what that Henry boy looks like?
I don't have photo for Henry. I've heard he's about 6 years old.
Is that the one that's called by different names too?
Yeah. So they think his historic real name is Henry. I think he was called Rory in the movie. So that's obviously just like made up for the movie. The Perrin family referred to him as Oliver.
So the Perrin family actually encountered this spirit child as well?
Yeah, like a lot of people have seen a little boy here. Yeah, Henry or Oliver, whatever you prefer. Can you show us how you got to this house?
Oh, image. Bright light shining through a window or a door of some kind. It's like I can see a white orby light coming through a window or coming through a door. It's so bright too. It's like a big bright ball of light.
Well, you
like
know how they say like going towards the light?
Yeah, it's really weird. I get that vibe from this. It's like, you know what though? It's sort of weird. I get the feeling it's an orb of light coming in. And I swear you just said, how did you come to be here or something like that?
Yes, I was just gonna say, like, I asked, how did you get to this house, right? They believe like this is sort of like an airport or just, yeah, a place that attracts spirits. So how did you get here? Like maybe through the window, through the door. Like this is a spirit portal or something.
We're not quite sure what this could mean. Was it showing that there was some kind of energy around? Is it symbolic of the Conjuring House being a portal? Or was it a spirit attempting to manifest itself? Just as we'd earlier thought we had sin on the LiDAR filter.
Or is there anyone else in this house? Anyone else that can talk to us or show us something? I think the EMF lantern just went off again. Thank you for that. Can you do that again? Oh, okay, EMF lantern.
Can you come on?
Tripwire, sorry.
Come up on the bed, play with this device I'm wearing. You might be able to select words that can describe you or who you are or what we're doing. Oh, I've got a man's face. He's got a really creepy eye. And as he's smirking, almost like creepy smirk, but you can't see his teeth. It's just a smirk. Like the Mona Lisa, it's like a weird smirk. He's got very smooth skin, almost featureless, and then his eyes really like creepy. His smirk is creepy.
Okay.
Like very, no hair, just very pale skin.
Is that who was walking up here earlier, maybe?
His eyes coming in and out, almost like he's winking. Oh, that was weird. It was like he was winking at me.
At this point, we decided to review what we had captured, and because of the relevance surrounding the little boy spirit and the cupboard, we thought we'd try to reach out from within this space. This time I would wear GhostTube Lens while running GhostTube Seer, yet I also wore our Lucid headphones, which basically amplify all sound in the environment and could allow me to hit EVPs in the moment, while also running a thermal camera to monitor temperature fluctuations from within the closet.
Alright, spirits, if there's anybody here, can you talk? I might be able to hear you, or maybe you can show me something.
Alright guys, so Amy's in the closet where Henry is said to be seen, or a boy is said to be seen. We just had the lantern go off before, so I feel like something may be either in this room that I'm in, or the room that she's in. How are you feeling in there, Ames?
I'm fine.
She's wearing Lucid headphones, so all the noises she's hearing is amplified, and we're recording it. So if she gets any EVPs in the moment, we'll be able to hear it. And we've got a thermal camera monitoring her as well. So if there's going to be anything happening in that room, we're going to catch it.
What can you show me?
If you're in the closet space with Amy, are you able to show yourself to her? We heard someone walking around up here earlier tonight. Who was that? Can you show us?
Oh.
What?
I have an image of a woman. She looks like she's wearing a white old-timey dress, and she has dark hair. Her hair's tied back, and she's holding like a basket of herbs or herbs, whatever we established that was before. And she has very rosy cheeks.
Does she have a crooked neck by any chance?
Don't think so.
No,
I mean,
okay,
she's turned, her head is turned to like look at me.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look abnormal. Like, didn't they say there's a woman on the bottom floor?
This image is interesting. We had heard that some people have encountered a female spirit on the ground floor, and we'd earlier had some responses in this space where she had been sighted that indicated there could be a woman around. Could this be the same woman? Was this even related?
Right, I've got a GhostTube session rolling now as well, okay?
Yeah.
So if there's anyone in this room that wants to communicate, you've seen us walking around with the device earlier tonight, and if you go near it, it makes noises, it generates words, does a bunch of stuff. Can you come up to me now? Oh, this seat looks really cozy. Check that out. Oh, I'm gonna sit here. Oh, this is a really comfortable chair. Should have done the seer session in this chair, Ames.
Huh.
So you feeling all right in there?
Yeah.
Is there someone in the closet with Amy right now?
Apparently so. I've got another image. It looks like maybe an older person who's really sad, frowning and grimacing, holding their face. They're rugged up, like maybe they're cold.
Who was that showed themselves to Amy? Can you tell me that?
Over here.
Oh, shit. Over where? Oh, that woke me up.
So there's someone in here, or?
I'm in the room with the two closets right now. Can you tell me whereabouts you are?
Hiding.
Oh, shit. Hiding where? We got the word hiding on the Esther session before.
Where are you hiding? Can you show me?
Hang on.
Maybe you can show me where you're hiding.
I'm gonna go into the sister's room. Okay. Am I getting closer?
If you show me where you're hiding, I won't tell Jared. I won't spoil it.
Her. Amy?
What?
I just got the word her.
So, they're in here with me.
Are you in there with Amy?
Oh, I'm getting cold chills now.
Boy.
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 Like the little boys in here.
Yeah.
Or I'm getting digital interference through the lucids too.
Like sound interference?
Mm-hmm.
Is there someone in there with Amy?
Carol.
No, not again.
Carol?
Not again. Yes. No.
Why
does this always happen at these houses? I thought we were done with that.
Yeah, same.
For context here, Carol is a name that has come through for us on multiple investigations ever since we visited the Sally house. The name Carol is an ancestral name in Jared's family and is actually Jared's first name, although he has always been called by his middle name, Jared. We're not sure if we have some kind of attachment, but it always feels like this name comes through just to taunt Jared.
I've also got another image.
What do you know about the name Carol?
I'm seeing an image and I want to say, it's really hard to make out. I want to say it's trying to form a face. It just looks all messed up, you know?
I just got over here again. I was standing right in front of the cupboard door. Are you in here? There must be activity in here because people have left offerings. There's like money and candy and coins and stuff. And a hat.
Can you show me one of the secrets of this house?
Can you tell me what happened behind this door?
I can hear something like thuds.
I'm not moving around at all.
Hearing movement.
I'm sitting down at the moment.
Oh,
What?
yeah. There's someone in here or out there with you. I can't tell. I'm seeing a doorway and in the darkness there's a figure there. I'm seeing a white face like a man with a hat, maybe a suit on.
What type of hat? Describe the hat to me.
A bowler hat maybe? Is that what they're called?
Holy shit. Is it a
Why?
bowler hat?
Why?
In the closet I just went into, I was looking around and I was like, oh, is this your favourite hiding spot? I noticed amongst all the junk in there is a bowler hat.
It looks like a bowler hat and a suit. Like,
I'm going to go get it. Hang on.
yeah, that's really freaky.
Check this out. Yeah, I've got the hat. You mean like a Charlie Chaplin hat, yeah?
Yeah.
Yep, here it is. Guys, I don't know if there's anything about this hat. It looks like a hat that's just been purchased recently. Obviously, it's got a tag on it. I did notice this when I was looking through that. I have been asking too, what's your favourite toy in that as well? Maybe they like to dress up.
After having so many interesting images come through, I wanted to dig a little deeper into their meanings and found something quite interesting.
Guys, just doing some research in the library, rather fittingly. Coming out of that Sears session, I thought, you know what, I'm going to quickly read through all of the history notes that I was given upon arrival today. And I did come across something that's pretty compelling in here to the images that we just saw. The image that I'm going to refer to is actually the one that I saw of the gentleman standing in what looks like a closet. Now, we thought it was pretty cool because he's wearing a hat, and Jared found a very similar hat to what is depicted in the image in that doorway. I did not know this at the time. I knew there was a man that is said to haunt here, but listen to this. This is exactly how it's written. There are spirits who reside here permanently. We do not know completely yet who they are. There is an older, tall man, a Quaker, who wears a hat that seems to be there permanently. That wears a hat? And that's exactly what was shown to us in that image. We have Googled Quaker, which is sort of like a religious kind of group, and they are the people who are believed to have built this house. We've also Googled Quaker hat, and there are some hats that come up that look quite similar to bowler hats, which is what I thought the figure was wearing in the image. Now, because it's an AI art generated image, it might not be precisely exactly what the spirit's trying to convey, but I do find it very interesting that we get a man, we get not only a man wearing a hat. And this is just like validation for me reading this. I really think it's fitting to the house.
At this point in our investigation, it was approaching 5 AM, so we decided to get a few hours of sleep in before dawn broke. Here, we each set up to sleep in 2 different bedrooms upstairs and left static cameras rolling in the hopes of capturing further activity while we weren't actively reaching out.
Ames?
Yeah.
Was that you?
What?
I just heard like, sounded like coat hangers moving on a rack or something.
No.
You can't hear that?
No.
Here, Jared claimed to be hearing noises that he described as coat hangers being moved around, so I came over to check it out. Whilst I'm not 100% sure what these particular sounds were, I do think they could have originated from pipes used to heat the home. It was a truly incredible opportunity to investigate the Conjuring House, and the experiences we had there were plentiful and extremely varied. The energy within the home is so interesting and felt ever-changing, and I'm so pleased with what we were able to document and share with you all here. But if you did enjoy this video, which is part of my Halloween series Highway to Hell, check out our limited edition merch linked below. But also, please remember to leave a like and a comment on this video, then check you're subscribed with all notifications turned on for this channel, as we're just getting warmed up for Halloween and you won't want to miss our next investigation, which will take you to one of the most breathtaking castles in Transylvania to investigate legends of vampires and past royalty. And just like at the Conjuring House, we will be sleeping overnight at this epic and truly haunted place. You won't want to miss our next paranormal investigation at Dracula's Castle.
Crypt Keepers made it through the night. I was so tired and so drained by the end of that all. I just slept in my makeup, so now I'm feeling really rotten. But what a night. I think that we had a really productive time here. Not only did we enjoy it, but I think some of the evidence, particularly the ones that are resonating with me, are the seer sessions, because some of the images that we got through were just wild. And I think particularly the little boy in the closet that correlated with the tripwire just going nuts in there. I remember doing the Estes, sitting pretty much here though, and that just drained everything out of me for a good 40 minutes to an hour. We also did our patron only video out here, and I was so happy because we caught footsteps and we heard footsteps upstairs earlier, and I was a little bummed because we didn't capture them onto camera, but we all clearly heard them. So that was kind of cool that we just sneakily caught that later, because I would say they were the 2 times that we really heard that yesterday. But the Conjuring House is well and truly something to this place. There's energy here. This is like, this house still has a heartbeat. It's still living. There's still things going on here. I'm so happy to kickstart my Halloween episodes of this one because, wow, it's so iconic, but damn, do we have a lot coming up for you guys, so get ready. But I do hope that you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please remember to like, comment, share and subscribe because that really helps us out. If you want to do a bit more reading on this place, head to AmysCrypt.com. You can find that bonus episode on my Patreon and YouTube members, they're linked below. And you can follow us on social media at AmysCrypt on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. But thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time.